Welcome back to the fucking show. This is our familiest, friendliest episode of the year. Once a year, we talk about... Johnny, I forgot how you said to say it. Johnny, take it away.
Yeah. Tonight, we are talking about The Bear. We are going to be discussing the plot outlines and kind of our favorite things that the characters do this season. And we are...
Oh my god.
Oh man, let them lock, dude. That's why I still think he should play Wolverine, dude. He's got the hair for it.
Mm-hmm. He looks like somebody's tired mother.
Oh my god.
Oh, before we start,
send that hair back to
happy
the
birthday
70s.
to Joe.
Happy birthday, Joe.
We weren't invited to the party, but maybe next year.
Actually, I like that background.
Thank you.
I'd be happy with that if I showed up to a birthday party and it was decorated that way.
Birthday party.
Hello Kitty birthday, yeah.
Yeah, they need to have some karaoke up there, man. I like the little frog guy.
A little poutine station. Oh, you're talking about the character. It sounded like food.
I thought he said pierogies. Yeah. I was like, I want pierogies. Yeah.
Did you guys eat supper?
I'm so hungry.
Food.
Joe has been born another year. Every year he is reborn.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys seen that episode of South Park where the bus driver rebirths the kids?
Yeah.
No.
It's not like you think, dude.
It's Quebecan tradition that on every boy's 48th birthday, they climb back into their mother and they get reborn.
There you go.
Joe, how's it going since the incident?
I don't know. It's traumatic.
Is it?
To say the least, yeah.
To be conscious of what's going on.
You know, when you're pushed out beside a pile of shit, it's kind of traumatic.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh wow.
It's natural. It happens.
It happens often.
But I will say that if a nurse had told me that I had shit myself, nobody ever told me if I did or not. But if a nurse had told me, please know I would have never had any more kids after the first one. So we like a nurse with discretion. I have no idea.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say my sphincter is superior, but I don't know. But I can only imagine if I had an adult child right now, adult sized, I could imagine everything would come out.
It would all be
all holes. All holes.
Oh my god.
It would be whole singular.
A leg popping out my belly button.
You're
like, that's not a hole. That's a... Okay. Well, it could be.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. There's so many South Park episodes I haven't seen. It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, that one to me is like a classic, like the iPad one. Well, a modern classic.
Sentai pad, yeah.
Yeah, the human good. Sentai pad.
Yeah. Cuttlefish or almond paste.
Fish sticks.
Asparagus. Yeah.
That was a good
Not that I watched the show.
No.
I've never seen it before.
I stopped watching it for a while. That's why there's so many episodes I haven't seen now.
And the specials are good too.
Yeah, because that's pretty much what they're doing now, right? They're not actually doing.
Well, the episodes that are coming out are like they're not. I feel like they're topical, but they're not weekly topical anymore.
Well, they're doing it so they can screw over HBO Max. See, the thing is like they signed a contract with HBO Max, and like they were just like, okay, well, we're just gonna make these little movies now and put them on Paramount Plus. And so they're not episodes of this show. We don't have to fucking worry about HBO. You know what I mean? That's literally like what it is. Like Trey Parker admitted to it.
Yeah. Because the last one I saw was the Ozempic one.
The Lizzo.
The fat shot. The fat shot drug.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
My favorite thing though is how Lizzo was like, she ran with the joke, wore the costume for Halloween, told everybody that it's funny because it's like not true, and then
it turns out to be
went
true.
on the most obscure podcast she can, Trisha Paytas's, and was like, yeah, I've tried everything. Like, girl, you should have just licked your lips about it.
Well, this episode actually isn't about South Park, but about another show.
That's insane, though. Like, I know a bit about Trisha, and like, if you're gonna like wanting to avoid tea being spilled, you don't want to do it on her show. She's like notorious, like watched by like.
You don't do it on any show.
Blonde Sundolf or MJ is who we're talking
this
about.
Girl's
if you know classic YouTube.
This girl's particularly watched by like half the internet. But for the dumb shit she does, Joe. So like going on her show and trying to be like, oh, this is a secret, dog, is like, really? Why don't you just go on?
Yeah. And her lore is crazy. Like I remember at one point where she was like saying she was infertile because she got chlamydia too many times from a baseball player.
Oh, and I remember that.
You remember that? Like,
yeah.
And then now she has like 3 kids and is married, and I'm like, wait, we skipped some steps here. And I just think that she
surely
really
reversed that, didn't you?
Yeah, I think she's like a really good example of how you can rebrand yourself, and it's okay to be a total liar on the internet.
Yeah.
And sometimes I forget that we have free will. And I think I was talking to Leandra about this earlier, where I was like, wouldn't it be funny if like this whole time like I was not me, and like just this, because it's the internet, who cares? And so, but that was like a existential crisis I was probably having too, where I was like, I could rebrand myself as Joe, as Joe's brother.
Well, I'm literally not Johnny. You know what I mean? So like I could.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it's like the internet. It tripped me out that day. I was like, I probably was going through something. That meme. That's like you probably just needed a hug, but instead I made 5 fake profiles.
Oh Jesus.
That is, I don't know how you do that. Burner accounts are just too time consuming.
I'm gonna have to do it again because like I have to do it for the Google Drive because like I just
Oh, but that's not actually using it to go. That's just so you can download more shit
or send it to people.
Yeah. But I meant actually having a burner account to go spy on people on social media and stuff. It's like dating 2 people at the same time. It's just too exhausting. It takes too much energy.
That's a lot of effort. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I always get caught. Like, I mean, like, even when I didn't, like, Facebook was always on my ass and, like, you have too many accounts. I'm like, I only have the one. Like, honestly. So, like, I've never even tried to have, like, multiple accounts on other things because, like, Facebook was always trying to be like, and I'm like, I don't, fool. What the fuck are you? Like, I had to shut my ID, like, every other week to prove that, like, I was a real person and shit.
Facebook does that?
They did it to me, man. Like, and this was before like 2017, I think, is when I got kicked off of Facebook.
That's crazy. Because for me, I stay with a secret TikTok account, but that's only to troll people I don't like. Now, I recently have started.
Too much effort.
Too
much energy.
Got more than one, homie. Like we all know it.
But also, I stopped doing that like a couple months ago, and I just started using my actual account because I figure if I say something controversial, maybe you'll click on my profile and see the link to my YouTube channel and leave me hate comments on there. You know what I mean? I welcome them with open arms.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's pretty much how it works.
Because at this point, I really don't care. If you think I think you're a scammer, you probably are. Shout out to Josh Ida and the whole scamming community.
Yeah, Josh.
And
Whoever
Ida.
you are.
You scammers.
You scammers. Bunch of scammers.
Scammerton.
You scammy scams. What's... Get out of here. Scram. Oh, she says scram.
Get out of here.
I had to say the whole meme through my head, to get to there.
Okay.
So let's go around and, just to refresh ourselves on the bear, go around and introduce yourselves 20 minutes in and say what's your signature dishes if you were to open a restaurant.
Are we starting with me?
Starting with Cookie.
Okay. Hi, I'm Cookie. And I can't cook anything ever.
Yes, you can.
I can't cook shit.
Bake. Okay, you can bake.
I could bake. So
There
my
you go.
signature dish would be rainbow cookies.
That's what I was gonna guess.
Yeah. That's all I got.
It's good enough.
Sometimes
That's all I
that's
got.
all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need. You only need one.
And they're hardy, so
gonna hold you over. And they're hard. They're little bricks.
Just little bricks of love.
Yeah.
Hey, this would be the time of year to do it. Christmas and Pride Month. Or is it over?
It's too damn hot to be baking right now. Yeah.
There's 2 days left of Pride.
Rainbow
Yeah.
cookies.
Be who you are, right, Leah?
For your pride. Yeah.
It's the Pride National Anthem, if you guys didn't know.
I did not know.
Okay. Johnny.
Yeah, I'm Johnny, and my signature dish would be racks of chicken ribs. I would, since like we're talking about the bear in those restaurants, like it's always like them little chip, like little tiny portions. I think like selling white people little racks of chicken ribs.
That would piss me off so bad if that came to my table.
What the fuck is a chicken rib?
A little chicken rib. Now I gotta Google it.
What the fuck is a chicken rib?
Like
what do you mean you have to Google it? You know what a chicken breast looks like with the bone
I
in?
just want to see what
Chicken rib.
comes up.
Oh, that's what it is? It's just a chicken breast with the bone in?
Yeah.
I think he.
Okay.
But I'm going to take all the breast meat off.
No, but it's so funny.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Because you have to pick at the little tiny pieces. Yeah.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah.
That would piss me off. That's like recently the grocery store by my house that sells like fried chicken, in the deli. I started getting these pieces of chicken that I didn't know what it was. I was like, what is this? Come to find out, they've been cutting their thighs in half and serving it as 2 pieces instead of 1. But I could not for the life of me identify what the fuck this piece is. I'm like, what is this? Half a thigh. America has
Or
a
maybe
problem.
it's like a smaller bird that they've been like killing.
No, because they would still
saying that it's chicken that they cut in half. That's why it's so small.
Like a little Cornish game hen or something.
Well, you guys, I did a test. I did a field test. I ordered the bucket of chicken, and then I ordered a side breast on its own, like individually, and a side thigh. And the side thigh and the side breast came whole, but in the bucket, it was still cut up pieces and then fried. And I was like, you guys are not slick. But I will give you this extra $2 because I do want a whole breast. And the rotisserie chickens lately, I don't know. I don't know if we need to feed our chickens more or I don't want a GMO chicken. Like I don't want that. But also these baby chickens you guys are finding, stop roasting them.
Yeah, no.
Talking about feeds a family of 4. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It's barely enough for a salad.
It's no, I promise you. Yes, it barely.
Yeah, like the ones that I'd get from my supermarket. I'd probably like maybe 2 people, but like I could probably eat the whole thing myself, man. Like with the legs are tiny on it, like it really is because like they kind of like are like a little bit bigger than maybe like a Cornish game hen.
Yeah, and I want to be full off of picking at it before dinner is ready,
The rotisserie chickens from Sam's Clubs are pretty legit.
Okay. Leah, your turn. Leah?
I'm Leah, a bad friend.
As long as you know.
I'm just not going to acknowledge you for the rest of this show. You know what, guys? I'm done.
Okay. If I had to say what your signature dish is, I would say Alfredo or shrimp curry.
Wrong, bitch. It's actually Thai red curry with shrimp now. I've elevated.
Oh.
Now, Thai red curry is the name of the brand jar of the curry sauce.
No, it's not. It's a blue elephant.
Stop.
Blue elephant is good.
Blue elephant. Yes, it is. And it's wonderful. And I add some broccoli with it over jasmine rice.
That sounds good.
It really is.
She's moved on because before it was Alfredo, which I taught her how to cook. And then she picked this up on her own. So proud of you for tapping into your Caribbean roots.
You know what Joe's dish is going to be? It's going to be sketty.
Butter, ketchup.
Just butter and
sketty.
Noodles, overcooked noodles.
A squirt of ketchup.
Ugh, no, that's just That's even more disgusting. Ugh.
Oh, hold on. I was thinking of you this whole time. This is when Joe was a chef at the Bear. Does he not look like Fack in them?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I kept thinking about that picture the whole time I was watching this season. I said, because I know there's a picture of Joe somewhere where he looks like Fack in them.
Why are you walking like that?
Yeah. Yeah. Good old Maddie.
You ever smelt a baby?
Yeah. Yeah. So hi, I'm Joe, one half of How We Get Here podcast. Often here on FONO with you guys. So my signature dish would have to be one of two things. It'd either be for Pat, it would be the red curry coconut soup that I make. And for a while there, everyone always wanted me to make braised ribs, spicy maple braised ribs. So that would be one of those two.
Interesting. And how would you serve it up? On the rack or off the rack?
I cut them up already individual on the bone, and then I braise them. Yeah.
I feel I've reached an age where one pork rib will have me down the whole week. So
do you do that on? Do you do that on fire, Joe, or do you like braise it like with the fry pan? Like,
I do it in the oven.
You do it in the oven, okay?
Yeah, I braise it in the oven. Yeah. I start the braising sauce on the stovetop and then transfer it to the oven.
Okay.
Then you cook it for nice and slow for at least 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, and then the onions all caramelize, so you can take all the onions out, and they like when they stick to the teeth, you know.
Yeah, I like sticky. When I like if you're gonna put sauce on it, it needs to be sticky.
Caramelized.
Yeah, I don't like a wet rib or even wet wings. Like I need it to stick.
No, and what I'll usually do is I'll right before I broil it, just to be sure that really gets sticky, like you said. It really caramelizes all the sugars. Yeah.
Because in the year of 2025, what my hack is to just cook it and then I sauce it and then put it in the air fryer to get it tacky.
Hey, just undercook it a little bit and do that. And exactly. There's no wrong way.
My teriyaki chicken now.
Yeah.
Especially like if you use like the Kinders or the what's that other brand? The Bonchon Japanese barbecue. It's when it's real tacky to it, it's so good.
There's no wrong way to do it. The result is what counts.
Yeah. Well, unless it's on human flesh or something.
Hey.
I don't know if you sauce it up all right, man. You got a dry rub on it, man. I don't know. Probably.
You know what I was thinking would sound good? You know, like the part of your thumb, like your thumb connected to your hand, but that whole little like fatty joint right there underneath it. I bet that tastes like a chicken wing. Your thumb.
The heel?
Yeah, Cookie. Yeah.
This part.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is the part you push to know what meats, what wellness it is. So that's raw.
Tender.
Teach me what are you doing here?
If you want to know, like when you put your fingers like that.
Guys.
So to the small one, that's well done.
Yeah.
That's medium well. Medium raw. So if you're not sure, you poke your meat.
The firmness.
Yeah, the firmness. You feel it, poke your meat, and that's a good gauge on.
not your penis meat, guys.
Poke your meat.
Relax. If I had to say what my signature dish is, I would say green enchiladas. That's probably what I make the most. The crunchy kind, the fried kind, and then tacos.
What kind?
You know, that's what my whole life is.
Like
every
American
kind
style or
white people tacos, black people tacos, street tacos.
The tacos everyone was shitting on me for.
I make all kinds. My kids, like, honestly, in a week, I could make tacos every night a different way, and they won't complain about it. And then like throw a little spice in. Oh, this is enchilada night. It's all the same ingredients, just a different way.
Slightly different presentation. Yeah.
So that would be mine. But also, before we get started, I do have a quick story that Leah wanted me to share.
What's that?
Have you guys ever seen Minyesi?
No. What is that?
Joe, don't.
So
Why do
so
y'all?
Oh my god.
My
Your
kids have a
been
weighted
humping it?
minion. No, it's a weighted minion, like a comfort doll, but it's like heavy, like 40 pounds or something.
Okay.
And he brought it to me and he goes, the thread is coming out of it. And I was like, cover it up. And then Jade came in here and she's like, what's wrong? And I was like, the Minyashi is showing. And she asked me very politely to never talk again. to never use words again. And then she walked out, but then I flipped him around and I guess I had never noticed his face, but he liked it.
Ew.
Leah.
Oh god.
So I don't know what they were doing to him, but apparently he liked it. But he got sewed up. He doesn't stink, so I know Marcus hasn't been around. Shout out to my brother. Call back to when I found that stuffed animal in their closet as a child that stank with the hole in his back.
The
bear.
The bear.
The bear.
That's the worst hair on a dude ever.
Oh, I like his hair.
It's
You
so
like that?
nice. Like it looks so healthy, but I hate it. I hate it.
I
I hate the pose. I hate that he agreed to it.
No, I
hate
don't
that
like the pose at all.
Yeah.
He looks like a little cherub angel.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does look like a Cupid. Yeah.
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 Hey, girl.
He's gonna play like young, sexy Einstein and something.
Well, here's the thing about him.
They haven't gotten him to do like a Gene Wilder,
A young Greek fuck boy.
biopic yet.
A biopic.
Gene Wilder? That'd be kind of funny.
But only from a very specific part of his life. Like it would have to be like a flash in time. I would not want him to do like a whole, this is me when I was born. This is me doing Willy Wonka.
Like post Wonka, like working with Pryor.
What if it was just him coming home every night from doing Wonka, like the existential downward spiral?
God, I hate kids.
Of having to be on.
He should have been the new Willy Wonka instead of Chalamet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think he's too old to have been that role for that specific
movie
was
that
he
they
at the
did.
time?
Well, I guess because it was like a young Wonka. It was a young
looks
Wonka.
too old. He looks
too
old.
old. Like, do you remember how old Gene Wilder was in that movie? He was like 40 something. Like Carmi's.
Yeah,
like,
but this
what?
was him as a little boy, like him like just getting out of puberty.
Oh, was it? I didn't pay any attention. Like Timothy Chalamet is like 40, man. Like, well, like you're gonna give Carmi shit, but like that guy.
Yeah,
he looks eternally 12.
Looks like he consistently looks like his balls have not dropped yet. And that's fine.
That's crazy.
Sometimes it happens later for us.
Yeah.
Us.
Yes, my balls still have not dropped.
My balls have not dropped yet. Still waiting.
Lady balls, Joe. You never heard of them?
My lady balls.
Yeah.
Is that? Oh, that's not a.
That's.
I thought that was a person thing, not a gender thing. My bad.
That's Queen Latifah.
What?
What's Queen Latifah?
She used that reference on what movie was it?
The
Taxi?
Beauty Shop?
Bring it down the house.
I don't
Not
remember.
us naming every single movie.
What's that guy?
The one where they robbed the bank. Her and,
Brown Sugar?
No, it was
Set it off. Set it
off.
with Kevin James, where they have to make, because they have an electric car and they have to make it sound like a muscle car because electric cars don't make sound. So they have to program this thing, and she's like a CEO of a company that's trying to buy the software off them.
Not Set It Off.
Is it Dilemma? A Dilemma, I think, is what it was called.
Set it in, yeah.
Set it in.
Set it on.
Set it here.
And she says that a lot in the movie, My Lady Balls.
So The Bear, season 4. Allegedly the last season, but allegedly there's a contract for a 5th season that everybody is locked into, but there's no script and no plans as of now. Allegedly.
Oh wait, this is the last season? I didn't know that.
What I say is do the HBO thing. Just do a movie and let that be the end of it.
I'm fine with it ending like this.
But
I mean, don't bring back another season. If you're gonna come back because you want to close that out, do a movie like Justified did, or what was the other one?
Looking at a
Deadwood.
movie.
Yeah, like do that. Style. Yeah. Just do.
City.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to see another season because I feel like if they did another season, Cousin I feel like he was written on a track to commit suicide.
I think that they should continue with Carmen, but like he moves to Florida and becomes a serial killer because like that's the only thing I can think of. Really like as freaky as that character is, man, I don't see him like being like a well-adjusted person.
Who?
Carmen.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Like I mean, that's what I was.
Like they're just gonna send him off into the fucking world. Like no, like that dude is like he's gonna get hired by the CIA to like smoke people from a distance, or he's gonna like start to do it himself.
Especially with the Claire storylines, because it's like you keep going back to people who drag you back into this world, and if you're gonna leave the restaurant business, you have to leave Claire too, because she's too intricately involved with every single family member for you to have a healthy life outside of all that. You would have to leave Claire, you would have to leave the restaurant business, and I think for him it's so embedded in him to like that Joel McHale character drove him crazy.
Yeah.
I think in his own head like he is like the same person. I'm not talking about like meanness or anger wise, but just that drive to have to continuously one up himself. Yeah. Especially with like the last episode, not to get there too fast, but like, yeah, you are a motherfucker. Like, and so I have other thoughts about that later, but I don't see, I wouldn't want another season unless it was focusing on the beef.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, why I kind of wanted to, because they left that hanging, and that pissed me off. Because like, why can't you people just talk to each other? Like, the computer obviously told Oliver Platt. Oliver Platt's going to be totally down because it's legit like going to make money because. And
he may not have to sell his house after all.
And nobody's going to communicate this to each other. Like, if Carmen knew that like this was like on the table, like he probably wouldn't be like quitting. You know what I mean? He literally thinks that like he drove it into the ground, and like there's
that plays into his narcissism though, because you pretend, you say this is family, you say these are, why you haven't had a meaningful conversation with Ibra, Tina, like none of these people in how long, or they haven't shown you.
I was kind of pissed with the lack of Tina this season. Like, the only thing she got is kind of like, oh, I got to learn to cook pasta faster.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, she's like one of the best characters, man. That's all they did.
I think the supporting cast could carry another season. You could even get rid of Sugar, to be honest. If you got rid of all the Berzados, it would still go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, get rid of. I was like, just kill them off. Right off the first
one by one.
Carmi, I was like, I've had a
car accident.
Yeah,
oven explosion.
Like he loves his brother so much, he's gonna follow in his footsteps and put a gun in his mouth. And
I kind of felt that. No, but I felt that though. I felt like I was like,
I only felt that from Cousin. I only felt that from
Richie
Cousin.
too. Like Richie,
Richie, I thought he was gonna kill himself.
I felt for him.
Heart attack. They kept showing him like I'm gripping his chest this season. So I thought the wedding was him tying up things, making sure his daughter was okay, and that her mom was okay, and that he was gonna go home and be like, that's that. That's the vibe I got, and so that last episode I felt was like a twist with Carm. I was like, man, fuck you. At this point, fuck you, dude.
What,
I don't even care anymore.
that he is leaving?
Yeah, that he was like, this whole time everybody's putting all this shit on Sid and everybody else to not give up. Keep going, keep doing, and then it's me, actually. I'm the turncoat. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm the problem. Yeah.
I'm the problem.
Yeah, he should have just... They should
Another
him
thing
off.
about this season is like they were kind of ashamed of what they did in season 3, and they just kind of tried to like undo like most of
what
it
do you
as
mean?
Possible.
Ashamed? What do you mean?
Like it almost seemed like they didn't like the choices that they made in season 3, and they undid like
about Sid leaving and shit like that.
Yeah, without any fanfare, you know what I mean? That was a bad cliffhanger, anyways, and like they really made her character act shitty in those last couple episodes, and like I think that it's good that like I think that they realized that they were having her act out of character, and they course corrected that right away, pretty much. Not really didn't go and tell everybody that she was approaching the job, but like you understood her motivations of why she was keeping it secret quite a bit better. especially with the episode with the Hamburger Helper, which is probably my favorite.
Well,
season.
Oh man, I wanted to bully that so bad.
I thought it was clear enough in season 3.
I love that.
I understood, like, Carmi's an asshole. Like, he's so
no, but they dogged out. Some of y'all dogged Sydney out bad at the end of season 3.
I did.
Really?
They were having an athletic character, though, dude. It wasn't the actress's fault.
Johnny said, "Throw her in the meat grinder and make her into Hamburger Helper."
Dang.
I'm over it.
No, I'm glad that they did do that because I do feel like Sydney was like kind of like the person to cheer for, to root for. So and to villainize her in the last episode felt kind of silly. I was like, "Come on!"
I didn't view it that way at all.
Well, in terms of how they,
I viewed it as Carmi has to fucking get his shit together. Because
but you're an adult. You have a mature mentality, though.
He created this great thing. And he's gonna fuck it up because he can't get out of his own ass.
No.
He took Sydney, gave her the confidence, and then we're doing it my way.
Carmi, though, like she's fucking everybody else over though. Like she's fucking over Marcus and everybody else that's gonna still stay there. Like Carmi can sit and spin on this. It's everybody else. It's Tina who she mentored. She's gonna just be shifting all, and like she told her little niece or whatever it was, like I'm not gonna be able to see those people ever again. Like she even admits it in season 4 that if she goes and works with hipster Lamo, that like
it's an option. I mean, you can't. She wasn't happy. So what, are you going to live in misery like Carmi for the rest of your fucking life? She doesn't. She looks at that asshole. She looks at that asshole and she's like, I don't want to become that.
But the restaurant was her idea. She kind of actually embraced it when he said we're going to do different menus every night. She's like, okay, cool. She could have showed some backbone sooner on. You know what I mean? Like Sydney. But like the thing is like. The end of season 3, they made it seem like she was leaving that the day after. Like it kind of looked like
they did make it seem like it was
partying with
do
them,
or die. Yeah,
and she was partying with them, and she was just going to screw them all over. And that's how.
Because even in the 4th season, I was like, "You still deciding how much?
Right? I'm like, this is a long time."
I thought that season 4 was going to end with the same damn cliffhanger season 3 did. With like, is she staying or going?
Is she staying or going? Yeah.
I think in the first episode, though, it kind of foreshadows Carm's like whole brand, his whole deal this season, like with the Groundhog's Day dreams.
Yeah.
And the when he went back for the newspaper after he threw it away, he can't help himself. And so when he, even like with him with the cigarettes and stuff, like as soon as, I thought that was very funny. That was one of my favorite scenes, was how bad of a smoker Sid was.
Sydney is.
Because I'll never forget, like one time when I was working overnights when I was like 19, I like bought a pack of like, what are the mini Marlboros called? Like the 72s.
The 72s,
yeah. I bought a pack and I was like, I'm stressed out. And I went on my break and I smoked like 6 of those bad boys in a row, right? And then my friend comes out and is like, how did you smoke so much? I was like, girl, I'm stressed. And then she watched me do it. She's like, you are not smoking. And I said, oh, shit.
You're just putting it in your mouth and pulling out.
Yeah, I didn't know you had to swallow it or like let it go. I thought it was just like a, like a mouthful or something, but and it never happened again. And so, but he can't help himself. And honestly, even him saying he's retiring, boy, shut the fuck up.
No, he's not. I don't believe that for a second.
I thought it was really cute when he made his mom dinner. I said, oh, look at you.
I like that.
It looked good too.
Yeah.
Sometimes the food on there does not look good.
Not at all. And it looks like they're eating bird food. Like, I'm hungry.
When they cut down to like 2 ingredients, I was like, oh, I'm paying $60 for a meal and it's just spinach and chicken skin. Get out of here.
Chicken skin's good though.
No, it is, but come on, Joe. Come on.
Not for $60. No.
And like, you guys think that the happy guy, he was the Michelin star dude, right? The guy that like watched.
I think so.
Yeah. That was a very sweet montage.
The one who goes and watches the snow in the alleyway after before getting into his Uber.
Yeah, and Richie gave him a sandwich too. Like that's what got them the stars. Richie giving him the fucking sandwich.
Yeah.
Just the way they treated that whole
and the other family, but
how they went above and beyond. I think he was like, okay, they really care. You know,
once
like,
it clicked with Richie that everybody is the same. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad there wasn't any twist like to undermine his actions either, because I feel like that could have been an easy, like, actually Richie's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? So I was happy that they didn't try to like twist it to where, you know, like, yeah, he's doing it for the job, but he actually is a decent human being at the end of the day.
Well, I think they firmly established that in season 3, right? Where he turned a new leaf, like really worked on himself, and you know, I think to turn around and undo that from season 3 would have been like, what the fuck are you doing? You're just trying to stretch the show, and you know, I you know,
it'd be going out of character, like straight up, and like it would be uncalled for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, okay, you're just trying to milk it.
Yeah.
It's
because like, if we were to fan fiction the last episode, it would be Carm yelling at Sid, right? And he raises his hand, and then
what?
And then cousin comes in, right, and like grabs his fist. He's like, "Not my Sid," and then pushes him away. He takes the cigarette out of Sid's hand, and then blows she blows the smoke into his mouth, and then they make out.
Richie and Sid,
absolutely. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, I'm team Richie and Sid.
I was, when the wedding happened,
she needs a dad. She's used to being taken care of by a father.
Who's the I thought the way she was flirting with the British dude,
Luca.
I think downstairs when
Luca and Marcus I ship. No, Luca and Marcus are a couple. They had a little bit too many tender moments.
I could see that, but I mean,
when Marcus told his roommate to bounce, he's like, "Get out of here, scram!" And then him and Luca could finish cooking together.
I think Luca could be like the horror of the gang, where he just sleeps with everyone.
Yeah,
he plays that nice guy. He plays that nice guy, but he's secretly fucking everyone behind.
There's always one in the group, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. He's like, I'm just doing a stash. I'm gonna. Yeah.
You didn't like that, Leah? Stinker. That was a stinker. Okay. So, like I was saying, Marcus and Luca, and then I felt like Sid and
Carmi did say he was going to get him some firepower, right?
What's his name? Mulaney. John Mulaney. I felt like had a lot of chemistry with AO too. I mean, with Sid.
John.
AO.
Okay. Yeah.
I felt like they had a really good chemistry. I absolutely loved Alison Brie as Fran. She played the role so well. She is going to win the guest Emmy for this because she killed me. And I've seen her in a lot of things, and I know her for like comedic things as well, even though she's not like typically known for that, but she's hilarious. And so I was really happy to see her really just take on this role because it was so ridiculous. It was so funny. I feel like that's how I argue with Leah. It was fantastic. Excuse me?
What did they say? Get fucked? No, it wasn't get fucked.
No, that's what you just wanted to say to me right now, not what they said on
get fucked. Yeah. But I will
some
say
authority
this,
into
though.
it.
Get fucked. I will say
it.
What I truly appreciate about this show, and I don't know, maybe I need to talk to my therapist about it, but I love how at the end of the day, like the concept of like chosen family, like at a certain point, I'm like, wait, who's related to who at what point? Does it even matter? They all love and care about each other. And Carmi, I don't know. I don't know exactly if he loves and cares about everybody.
No, he cares too much. That's the problem.
I feel like when they were all under that table, I was like, look at my family, because I'm in this. Oh my god, that
was so cute.
And when they took the picture, and can we talk about Neil and how I love him and he's my sweet baby too?
Which one is Neil?
Neil Jeff.
Here's the thing, and this is something that you need to talk about with your therapist, is that your favorite and your baby is an incompetent man. And that seems to be a running theme.
I think it's so funny though, because I'm like, why do they keep babying him? Why, like, there's always this function that he'll pop up and everybody's like, hey sweetheart, how are you?
Yeah.
Okay, and he's just there.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Is his name Neil or not?
Yeah,
Neil Jeff. Yeah.
Neil Jeff.
That's Maddie. Yep.
Maddie.
Madison.
Yeah.
Maddie.
I love him.
But I thought it was a little too babyish this season.
Yeah, like, him hiding behind the wall.
They went a little over the top with it, I found.
I feel like overall this season was not as, I feel like 1 and 2 like really nailed it, and then this season okay, season 3, fucking Claire, I fucking
she wasn't in the season at all.
Claire wasn't in this season.
No, Claire was in season 3. She wasn't in it at all.
Okay, but just the idea of her though.
The idea of her.
And so
I'm Team Claire Bear. So
well, Claire can.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
What? So
I don't want Sid and Carm together. I don't
either. No,
but I do want them to, especially once they made that joke where her cousin was like, "You got a crush on him?" Like after they made that joke, I knew for sure, dead in the water, that the idea of Sid and Carm is not a real thing. But I hate Claire, and I can't explain it. But
why
I think
do you hate her?
It's the overfamiliarity. No, it's her overfamiliarity and the know-it-all. Like there's like this thing where if you're too close to somebody's family and you think you understand them more than you actually do, than the people in the family. And so like there's a little bit of a judgment I feel that she has about things that she could only have because she feels too close to the family. And so sometimes it comes off as like, well, if you just talked, bitch, we tried. You know what I mean? Like, if you guys just sat down and had it, like, girl, please go back to the ER and eat a sandwich. I just feel like she's always there, and it's not. It doesn't feel romantic to me. Like, it doesn't feel.
Aren't they all always there though? Like, aren't
that's
they
what I'm
all
saying.
Just
like,
there?
That's what
all
I'm saying. Like, for Carm to say that he wants to retire and disengage, Claire cannot be a factor.
Well, that's the thing about his character, and she knows about it too. Like he's got weird hobbies.
She gaslights him. She ups his mental illness.
Stop.
She does because she knows how he is, and she feeds into it. Yes, she does.
I feel like she's the victim in this whole thing.
The victim?
Yes, ma'am. Because all she does is answer the phone and listen to him complain.
Stop answering the phone. That's what I'm saying, though. It's toxic. You know it's toxic.
Oh, yeah. No, it's absolutely
she
toxic.
Needs to stop.
That's why I love
they
it.
both. And so when he went to her house and she's like, her friends were like, we don't know if we should let her know that he's outside. Bitch, you know she already knows. She has a tracker on that motherfucker. I'll
give them props for one thing this season. They gave us one healthy relationship in this season.
Which one?
Tina?
What's
back in his girlfriend?
Yeah, Vicky, is it that it?
Oh, Vicky.
Yeah, that was.
They were
totally
cute.
Infatuated with each other, love each other.
Yeah.
They were so cute.
A good, wholesome relationship. When he shows up and they're lying about Claire being there, he's like, she forced me to lie. I love it.
I'm sorry, she forced me.
That was my favorite thing about the 4th season was that relationship. I thought because throughout the first 3 seasons, there was no obvious relationship where you're like, those two belong together. They were destined to be
I
a
love
couple.
Shug and Pete though.
Yeah,
I don't care for it. I don't think they're gonna make it.
Oh, L. Believe in love.
Damn.
Tina and her husband.
They're cute.
They're all
I like
right,
when he said
he's
her food tastes like shit.
He's not in it enough for it to be
impactful.
What I mean? Like a major.
Okay, then
point.
Marcus and Luca, he came all the way from another country to be with him for free.
Yeah, for free.
For free.
He likes it.
They're dusting each other's flour cakes and all that stuff, you know? I feel. I don't like, but I don't. Claire, I feel Claire, and you're just gonna keep talking about Claire. I just hate that bitch.
I'm the defender.
I feel like Claire would. What really made me not like her was that time she showed up when he asked her not to, and it was very clear that it was like a mental thing. It wasn't like, I don't like you, don't come. It was very much a psychological thing, and then she did it anyways because she thought she knew better.
Kind of like
I'm like, if this
his wife and Josh Hartnett don't go to the restaurant because Richie said don't go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, respecting boundaries. And I love them together too. They're fantastic. But that's I feel is like a foil to Claire and Carm, where Richie was able to make it work because the person he was with respected him. I don't feel like Claire respects him in the same capacity. Not like in a mean way, but in a way where she would they don't respect each other's boundaries, I should say.
She sees him as I can fix him type of thing. When she met him, he knew him in school, and like he was into pants. He drew shorts in his notebook all day long. Like she knew this about this weird little guy, so she like
the little hobbit
project. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I guarantee you, that's kind of like the gist I get from her, because she seems to think that like she's gonna get something out of it. So.
But she's a fixer, like she's a nurse, like
besides that,
she wants to take care of people, and I get that, but sometimes the people you want to take care of, you
don't
like,
want the fucking help, and they gotta help their fucking selves. Crack babies.
Okay, therapy talk.
Sorry.
Why do you call them crack babies?
Look at the tattoos he's got.
As a crack baby myself, I feel a little triggered by that comment.
It's okay.
Okay. Wow.
Anyways.
No, I feel we should get into this.
Nah.
Do you feel like because you were born not addicted to crack that you're better?
Yeah.
So you think you're better than me, huh?
That statement is hers and hers alone.
That guy kind of looks like George Jetson.
It is. He's watching the Flintstones, like, ugh.
Yeah.
Every time they try to do a crossover episode.
But
I'm not gonna lie though, as soon as the season started, I was crying. As soon as they showed his stupid ass brother on the screen, I said, no, not already. Not already. I wasn't trying to go there. I wasn't. Let's just start new. Like, let's.
John Bernthal's like America's brother now. Like, he's Ben Affleck's brother, Army's brother.
He's everybody's brother.
Yeah. But I wish he wouldn't be. I wish he would check the people who are close to him and be vocal about it in the same manner that he helps them, like on podcasts and stuff. Because when he did that sit down with Shia LaBeouf, I was like, let's not undermine the things that Shia LaBeouf has done and try to make him America's good boy again.
Yeah.
And I do like John Barenthal, but sometimes I feel like he himself babies men that are not being held accountable for the things that they do.
I think that they notoriously didn't get along on the set of Fury, though. I think that they actually fought because Shia LaBeouf wouldn't take.
You said they actually fucked?
Whoa!
Hold on, my headphones cut out. What'd you say?
They fought each other.
Oh.
Shia LaBeouf used to like fight people on sets. He beat up Tom Hardy on the set of, what was it, Lawless or whatever?
The
bootleggers, and like tried to do that shit with John Barenthal. Like on
that rubbed off on Mia Goth too. Didn't she get into a tussle on the set of Pearl or one of those movies?
Probably
no, the last one.
X or Maxine.
Yeah.
Max triple X scene.
Yeah.
Maxine. Oh, little tidbit. Let me throw it in real there, since we're all A24 fans and we never talk bad about any of their movies.
Oh, never.
For my birthday, my little brother got me the hand from Talk to Me.
Oh, nice.
It's an incense holder.
It's an incense holder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
But
fun.
I'm gonna trick my kids into thinking it's not, and I'm gonna make them play the game.
Yeah. You gonna dress up as a ghoul?
Yeah, I'm gonna make John lay in the corner like he's just watching with blood dripping down somewhere.
Yeah.
Good times.
Traumatized.
I also really
therapy.
I also really liked the Sid episode that was written by Ao. I felt like it was really needed, but I'm so curious about the nuances of the episode when it comes to the white viewership. Like, did you guys get all the jokes?
No, some of it probably went way over my head.
Like when she was like, I have a hair appointment, and he's like, okay, so I'll see
I
you.
got.
Yeah, I'll see you in an hour. It's like, no, I'll see you tomorrow.
I watch hair documentaries. I understand.
Have you ever seen Good Hair? I screamed.
Have you ever seen Good Hair?
Girl. I was like,
that took me out.
God.
How long could it possibly take?
when she put on Fur Elise and he was like, "Oh, Mozart." She's like, "No."
Beethoven, you ignorant slut.
That was a really good episode, and I really liked the episode with her dad having the heart attack.
Yeah.
And that was also another point where I knew for sure she would never hook up with Carm, because if he had went with her in the van, possibility. But he didn't go. I said, "Oh, they're not fucking."
No,
because you didn't even come with me.
I see no chemistry between them in that capacity. You know what I mean?
Can we just project?
I never.
We have to project.
I
just never felt like a spark. Like they're friends and that they respect each other. Like I see that she respects him as a cook, but I don't even think that she finds him attractive. Really,
I think that was a plot twist. That this whole time we thought that he was her idol, but really she's his idol.
Well, that's how it's playing out. Right? That's kind of how he made it sound when he was being a little bitch at the end of the season.
Yeah. I thought that was really necessary for him to say, and I don't think a lot of people would be able to admit it, which is what I thought was kind of weird about him admitting it.
Let me qualify something like fast. I didn't mean it like him saying that Sydney was him being a little bitch. I meant like him quitting and like the
Oh no, he was definitely a sniveling, whiny weasel.
I just wanted to make sure listeners didn't think I was saying that.
Oh no, never.
But I mean, listen, that whole thing, it's like he sent the fucking thing over, and then because she kept looking at her phone, she's not reading the agreement, she's not answering. Pete tried calling her, she's ignoring Pete. It's like you do create your own situations where, oh, you blindsided me. Yeah, because you kept fucking ignoring it and putting it off, and then all of a sudden a week later the shit comes down, and if you would have dealt with it right at the beginning, you wouldn't have been fucking blindsided.
But devil's advocate though, he could have addressed her right then and there and told old boy to hold on a second.
Yeah. Well, and he should have asked her even before changing.
Yeah, that should have been that should have been
a conversation.
Sure. Yeah.
But this is the whole thing. This is where I was saying from before, there was never they were never true partners, because there's never truly a conversation. It was we're doing this. Sydney kind of gets on board, and it's always his way, regardless.
Yeah. Well, the entire all of season 3, he treated her just like a sous chef, not a partner.
Exactly.
And it was icky. I didn't like it.
So I mean, whatever. Fuck. I mean.
And then Claire sous chefed him, and you like that.
Yeah.
Demoted him to line cook.
That's right.
Well, I mean, like, I don't want him to hook up with Claire for one thing. Like, he needs to get himself straight. Like, girlfriend,
and
that's the stupidest thing you can do.
And that's the whole point of him stepping away. Is he even says it at the end? I got to figure out who I am. I know who I am in the kitchen, but I have no idea. I have zero identity about who I am from a personal, like spiritual, whatever viewpoint you want to take it. He's lost.
But is that not like a privileged place of thinking and a privileged way of living? Is to be like, I don't know who I am. Bye. Drop all responsibilities from all the things you're responsible for, so I can figure out who I am.
Go find find your zones.
Well, I mean, like, he kind of was that anyway.
It's a business. It's not a family. He's not abandoning his children.
But when Sydney was ready to walk away, it was a problem.
He's abandoning his family. What about Sugar and Richie and like those?
Like the whole restaurant is a family. It's crazy.
Okay.
If the restaurant were to fail, he is responsible for all of those people failing.
Sydney's an extremely competent chef. She's probably even better than Carmi is at this point. Fucking Marcus is becoming chef of the year. I mean, these people, fucking Tina can handle herself. They're all independent people now. They don't need Carmen whatsoever. They can make that fucking restaurant hum better.
I wasn't talking about this specific situation.
Yeah.
I was just saying that it's a privileged place to have the mentality that I need to find out who I am and walk away from everything.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do that without it being an unsafe situation.
Well, I mean, not everybody gets restaurants when their brother dies, or like he is very well. I mean, not super well off. Like he's not like, but like,
he's kind of been this snotty privileged kid this whole time because nobody lets him fail.
Mm-hmm.
So
but yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, Joe.
So he's not allowed to self-reflect
No,
and try
he
to do
can.
something for himself.
But to me, as a
gun in his
person
mouth
of the
and shoot
world,
brain. So because he's got this,
okay, Joe,
he should become depressed and commit suicide because
he's already
he was
there.
privileged.
Yeah,
He's not allowed to go get a therapist, get help for himself.
you can do
Take a
all of
step
that and
away.
still have a job.
It still work.
I know a lot of people that take 6 months, like away from their job to get their shit sorted.
Well, he didn't say that. He said he was retiring.
I mean, I'm sure he's still going to have a job. He just doesn't want to be in a kitchen anymore, which
is fine.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I was just commenting on the privilege it has to be able to say, I'm retiring. I'm walking away from this. Enjoy.
Like on some eat, pray, love shit. How you
nobody else in that kitchen could be like, well, what? I'm retiring from cooking. Peace out. I got to go find myself.
I don't think he would do it if he wasn't sure that Sydney and the rest could run it on their own. I don't think he would.
Right. So you're putting your burden on somebody else. He didn't even.
Well, that was Sydney's thing. She's like, now this anchor is what, mine and Shug's, and you just get to walk away. Because I mean,
I think even though
they're doing
better.
well,
you don't even ask me how I am day to day. You don't know where I'm at mentally either. So being like, you can handle this, like you don't know that,
right?
So the way that her dad was in the hospital and they addressed it like one other time, and then it was just like water under the bridge. That's something that weighs on her now because she has to. Even when her asking,
this was all done before that happened. The agreement.
Okay, but how many times have they changed the agreement? Like he could have
once, that one time.
But even before that, like before they even had the agreement too.
No, they were just trying to get her to sign it. Yeah, like all of season 3.
There was one agreement when they started the new beef, when they renovated. There was none before that. She was just an employee before that. Then he made.
That's what I'm saying though. Like the inconsistency for me is not on Sid. Her wanting to do what's best for her. Financially, mentally, cool, but I do feel like Carmi's wanting to take care of himself is more well receptive because you see his mental illness throughout the series.
Yeah, but I've been very clear that I had no problems with her leaving from season 3. I didn't feel like she was fucking everyone over. I felt like her actions were justified. If she did leave, those actions were justified. And I don't feel like she was fucking anyone over because Carmi's still there. He can run the restaurant. Marcus was doing great. He came back from Amsterdam and he's fucking killing it. Tina was killing it. Richie turned over a new leaf. He was in the best place he's ever been in regards to the business. So even if Sid left, it's the exact same situation. The end of this season.
Okay, but I just don't like Carm or Claire. So deal with it.
Just say that, Elle. Just say that.
I don't like Carm or Claire, so y'all just gonna have to deal with it.
I had zero problems with Sydney leaving the restaurant at the end of season 3.
Well, the show can actually lose Carmen. I don't think they could lose Sydney, to tell you the truth. Like in season 5, if they literally have it and like Carmen isn't in the show at all, and it's just the rest of the cast, I feel
like they could do it without.
That would be fine.
They could do it without Suge. They could do it without like all the bears. They could do it without Richie. They could do it without Marcus. They could do it without Sid. Because the show still works because the side characters have the most heart, in my opinion.
At this point, you're just watching the show to see the characters in motion.
I want to see the spinoff. I want to see the beefs. I want to see the franchises. I felt like that was such an underutilized storyline. Like, I want to see that pop off. I don't fucking care about the main kitchen at this point.
Yeah.
And especially, I thought it was super unrealistic having old girl from Parenthood come in and run things logistically. I'm like, how much money do you guys actually have? Because that consult side hustle is expensive. And you have like 4 of them coming in to consult for you. Well, and this it just felt very unrealistic.
That's why Sugar's losing her shit. That's why Sugar's losing her shit. Because she's like, stop fucking hiring people.
Stop hiring people.
She kept saying
and like it was making sense. Yeah, like for a one-time consult, it made sense. Even like Ibra's mentor, like that made sense for what it was. But like you guys are having these people here every single day. Every single service.
I take. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. There is one relationship that started developing that I think is Richie and what's her name at the end. There.
No, I think she's too grown.
What?
She's too grown.
Get the fuck out of here.
She's very inquisitive about his life. It's cute. I like it.
It's cute, but to work, I don't think it would work long term.
No, but it's still cute.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it could.
Yeah.
I would get tired of telling him like.
I don't think that they're just consults anymore, though. I think that they outright hired him and they just work at the restaurant now.
Yeah.
But what are they doing? They're consulting. Like they're not doing nothing.
Well, no, they work they work the floor with Richie. The two guys.
Runners. Yeah.
And then she works the kitchen. You know, she runs all the orders. You know what I mean?
Let me ask a question then. Being realistic, the restaurant is not that big.
Mm.
Well,
for as many employees, they have an office. They have that big ass kitchen. I'm like, the building was not that big. It's kind of like Inception.
They got 2 facts working in there. Nobody knows what they do. But yeah, that was the funny thing I kind of thought was weird. It's like how they ended up hiring like all your favorite characters ended up showing back up. Even Luca gets a job there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing this for free. Shut up.
I'm a stage.
That owned the restaurant that like he went and fucking worked at for a week was gonna be there, just like, let's do it together, Richie. You know.
And then when the clock ended and nobody was there, I said, for all this fan service y'all gave this fucking clock, you would think they would have put the time on a time when everybody would be there to see it go off.
Well, the clock was for us. That's how I took it.
They should have
played. It's like 0. It's the end. It's for us. It's for me.
But the way they kept saying like, we're just gonna take it day by day from here, they took out the seriousness of the clock to me. Yeah. Because it was like, oh, well, we're just gonna do what we need to do until, and then I was like, yeah, the show's called The Bear. It's probably gonna stay open.
The thing,
I don't know.
The businessman,
or the beef part at least.
When the businessman talked to the computer and like they were like, okay, we're gonna base the restaurant on the sandwich. Like, there's no like cliffhanger. You know, like just the characters need to know that this achievement has happened. You know what I mean? That's got.
And why didn't they add that money back into the clock? Like, I felt like if they had a surge of money, like a profit, like I would add it into the clock timer too. It wasn't all
done. You gotta start like with the franchise. You gotta start like looking for the property. I don't think it was like an all. They just got money all of a sudden. Like
they should have done food trucks.
They needed investors.
And pop-ups. There was just so much stuff they could have been
Jimmy
doing
had
that.
To get involved.
Yeah. I see people on the internet running food trucks and pop-ups and hustling, and I just don't feel like Carm doesn't have that kind of hustle. He just wants to create and prove that he's the best at what he's the best at.
Yeah.
Well, he admitted
it. So,
well,
and
he owned up to it.
Yeah. And so for me to know that it's possible, like with hustle and the desire and the drive, and it's like, and I understand you want to retire, cool, bye, but just do it. Bye. Just don't write me no letter. Don't explain to me nothing. Just peace out.
That's where he came to the realization, is when he went and saw his mother, and she told him that Jimmy's selling his house.
Like shit.
No, she's like, Jimmy's selling his house.
She was like, this chicken is nasty.
And he's like, oh,
you can't even cook. Where'd you make this at? The trash laundry?
That's when he got out of his own head. When he realized Jimmy's selling his house because the restaurant's failing. And he's like, I'm not just ruining my life. I'm ruining other people's lives. I'm dragging other people down with me. And that's where he came to the realization. And that's when he was like, I need to take myself out of the equation because I'm the cancer.
He's the baby boy.
Yeah.
He's a baby boy.
That's also, he's taken, he came to that realization after talking to his mother.
He needs a stepdad to smack him around.
Yeah, get Ving Rhames.
Get Ving Rhames and choke that little motherfucker out.
That would be a good team up, man. You get Carmi and Tyrese.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis with Ving Rhames. Tell me, yes,
yes.
And they're stepbrothers now. Yeah, him and Baby Boy. Like, I would watch that, dude.
No, because then they're gonna join together and be crybabies together. Mom wouldn't let me cook tonight.
Ving Rhames was Mark's
put
father.
Too much sauce on it.
No, in the movie Baby Boy with Tyrese. Like, Ving Rhames was like the mean stepdad that was always trying to get.
But he's a grown man. Do you know Baby Boy? He's like an incompetent adult man in the black community, is what a baby boy is.
Okay.
Where you're a mama's boy
to
a.
Of your Gaston in French.
You said Joe Puckett in French?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking.
All in all, this season wasn't bad. I think people just compare it to the other seasons. I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was good.
It wasn't as good though. I could say that it wasn't. It didn't rise to the level of being. I was consistently watching Squid Game over.
I wouldn't call it bad. Like people saying it's garbage and it's bad.
No,
it was far from being bad.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
It's going from being a drama though to more being kind of a sitcom. I'd probably see the next season they might even roll in a laugh track. I think though, like it's kind of like losing its fangs. Like this season seemed. I mean, like they had the.
I laughed more this season than probably.
There was not the stakes weren't really there.
Yeah,
you know
no.
what I mean?
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't feel the tension that I did in previous seasons.
And then when you finally do get to like the big thing with Sid and like you know, the hipster douche guy, she just calls it and like, yeah, dog, like it's not gonna work. And he's like, you have no idea. And she's just like, whatever. She's just like,
whatever.
It's kind of cool, you know what I mean? Like, but like they kind of like
that's really the way it goes sometimes, though. I mean,
I know, but like
like I said, owe him anything. She owes nothing to that guy.
No, I know. Yeah. But like, especially with the end of season 3, they made it seem like there was going to be like this killer build up to it. And when you got to it, it was just kind of like, you know, like it wasn't even that hard of a decision for her. And like he just kind of whined at her, which I thought it was going to kind of become a stalker thing. Like it would be kind of cool if the next season is just like that guy trying to get back
like
at
you.
Sid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he kills everybody in the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
And Carmi has to come back from ninja training in Japan.
Damn.
And immediately gets killed because he looks like he has no upper arm strength.
Oh.
Carm. I can't even say his knife skills are good. You know what I mean? For somebody to be as world renowned as you, I've never seen your knife skills.
Like Joe said, like I don't see him working in no taco truck. He ain't John Favreau. He ain't. Like, you know,
can we talk about that?
I would not want a taco from Jeremy Allen White. From Carm, I don't think I would. Honestly, what is his genre of food? Is it world food?
They should have John Favreau show up as chef and like kind of give Carmi a kick in the ass.
Yeah,
he should go on Top Chef so he can see if he really likes to be a chef or not. That should be the next.
I love how they kind of alluded to like Sid getting like the shout out in the article, and then they threw it to Marcus.
Yes,
yeah, I love that.
You thought it was Sid?
Because
the camera lingered.
I was like,
yeah, like the camera. Because
the only time
I felt like she would have already gotten it if it was. I didn't think it was Sid.
I think it was the only time on the show where Carmi was genuinely happy.
Yeah,
when you found out Marcus got it.
Yeah,
you saw. I think he. Like a
he
father's
smiled.
pride kind of thing.
Yeah.
Marcus should have kept that fucking donut and should have been like, after he got that, eat it, motherfucker. Gave it to him.
Well, yeah, with Marcus, I feel it's out the dirt. Like Sid already had her skill set, but with Marcus, that's like his baby.
Yeah.
He should have kept that
Lucas
donut.
too.
He was more, and the way he treated Marcus too was different than the way he treated Sid.
Yeah.
Because he had built-in expectations for Sid, whereas Marcus was like, let's see where he can go.
Yeah,
like he's so raw. Whereas Sid has, like you said, she had skills, so he had this built-in expectation for her. Like so I think just the dynamic it was different between Sid and Carmi and Marcus and Carmi.
Yeah.
So if they do season 5, do you think Marcus's dad is going to come to the restaurant?
There is no season 5.
Yeah, there is.
No, it's gonna be
plot twist. Marcus's dad.
Happening.
There's a plot twist. Marcus's dad is actually Sid's
Mikey.
Dad. Huh? Because they only showed him from the back, and he wasn't in his life. It's because he was in Sid's life.
He was bald.
Okay, and you never had a haircut. You never had a haircut.
Mikey back.
I know you have, girl. You had a haircut. But I feel like they probably are all related, all the black people on the show. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, they got the
Why is there not a lot of black people in Chicago?
No, there's
no. Chicago is known for their whites. Yeah. Have you heard of the White Sox? Chicago White Sox. It's literally named after white feet.
See, that's the thing. Like,
they have a lot of baby bears.
No.
Yeah.
Because the Chicago Cubs.
Oh, Chicago Cubs. Are the White Sox not a thing? Chicago White Sox.
So yeah,
is that a team?
I don't know. Yay, sports.
There's a lot of bears.
There's a Red Sox.
The Red Sox.
But I thought there was a Red Sox and a White Sox. No.
Isn't Red Sox Boston?
The Black Sox are
Boston Red Sox.
Red Sox are
I don't know.
Boston, but Chicago has the Sox, but they used to be the Black Sox back when like Shoeless Joe Jackson played for them.
That sounds so dumb.
That's
Yeah, Chicago is known for their white chefs, and actually they do.
Chicago's known for their
Rats.
drill rap scene. They got like King Von.
Is that
like,
not?
that's what
that's
Claire
not New
Bear
York?
should do. She should become a drill rapper,
Yeah.
man. She'd be Claire Bear. She'd be singing.
Chicago is known for their white shootings.
Yes, you're out.
It's okay, I can say it. I'm black.
Chicago's known for common.
For their white shootings.
You know white on white crime?
Okay. Yeah, well, that's
all
what
the
I
time.
gather. From all the shows I've seen that talk about Chicago, it's always poor white people. So
Chicago?
yeah.
ER?
Shameless,
Er?
Fucking the Bear. It's all like these.
I wouldn't say they were broke. No, I think they're trashy, but they're not broke.
Some of them were middle class, but most of them
upper middle class.
They're not like Shameless level Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chicago.
Like
Chicago.
So you've never seen The Wire or
The Wire? That's not in Chicago though. That's in Baltimore.
It's not. Yeah, Baltimore and Chicago are like twin cities.
They're like the same. Yeah.
No, they're not.
They're right next to each other. Joe, I live in America. I know.
I paid attention in geography.
Yeah, the Baltimore Ravens. What do you think Ravens is short for? Chicago. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. I cannot.
So, what do you guys say? Another season? You gonna watch it? Do you care anymore?
I will. Can I say something? I don't know why, but the show was comforting to me. Chaos and all. I think I love the music. I love watching them cook. I love like the silent scenes when it's just them in the kitchen. Like I can't even remember what episode it was, but Sid was just like working on a dish, and it was just like quiet, and she was just working on it, and I'm like,
foam with the
yes, yes, that, and I was just like, this is peaceful. I can watch this all day long.
I'm with you there. Like I watched the show The Servant. I don't know if you guys have seen that. That's on Apple TV. And the father in it is a chef, and I loved all the scenes where he's cooking.
Oh yeah, those were fantastic.
He's like a retired,
they're very visceral though.
Yeah, he's a retired chef that is transitioning to more of a catering business, or he's a consultant. Like he's no longer a chef of a restaurant, but he's still in the business, and so he often cooks in his kitchen at home. And all those scenes I love those scenes in The Servant. That's what kept me watching the show. So I'm with you there.
They're almost scary.
Yeah, it is very macabre. And
it's very haunting.
Servant.
Yeah. I loved those scenes because it was like, is it about to be something else?
Yeah.
Oh, you're just making a sandwich? Okay.
Yeah. But it was still good.
Like, it's like the cooking scenes in Hannibal. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hannibal's another one where a lot of the emphasis on the cooking and
the menu.
I love a scene where they cut into citrus and they show how graphic it could be, you know, with the like Dexter, like the opening theme.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I'm completely with you there, Leia.
If you had to cannibalize one member of the kitchen on the chef, on the bear, which one would it be?
Like cannibalize, like actually like kill them and eat them?
Yeah. Luca.
Oh, the British.
Yeah, I feel like he has like a malt vinegar aftertaste.
Yeah. And you know, I love my salt and vinegar.
a little mushy peas on the side.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does he eats well? Like, I mean, I'd have to think
there's
about.
There's a lot of meat on him. He was a big boy, man.
I'd have to think about what their diet would be, and then I'd be like, whose meat would taste better?
He's like slightly smaller than a Marcus is. You know what I mean? So if like we're going off of just like we're gonna want to eat well, yeah, Luca or Marcus probably would be your pick.
Or if you like your meat a little aged, Ibra.
He's scrawny, man.
Can I just say, every time Ibra spoke, like my eyes just started watering, and I don't know what that was. I don't know why.
Oh, you know what that is, and we can get into it after the show, but you have a problem, and I've told you about it.
What is my problem?
With the elderly?
I think it was because like,
and he's black, and you were like, he could be my grandpa.
no, because he's from overseas.
He's not gonna live long.
He's my
He's an
Jamaican
immigrant like my father. Yeah, no,
He's
get
my
out of here.
Jamaican grandpa. And
Every
I
time
just
I see
really
old people, I tear up a little bit.
I just want him to be
The
okay.
timer's
He has
side is
dreams.
short.
But
He has dreams.
I wish.
think. Oh no, go ahead.
I think they should have gone further with him, like how Tina got like her season, and Richie got kind of his season, and I felt like they kind of dipped their toe into it, but they didn't really give him his just due,
like his own episode.
Yeah, they kind of did that
because he went to the school with Tina, but he couldn't handle that pressure of that precision, that kind of, you know, so he went back to the beef, like the takeout counter. And I felt like, but I mean, you can keep doing seasons if you give each character their episode where they get their ups, right? And
if they did another season, the first episode should be an operational episode from they start their morning there to how they end the day with just the beef. I would be curious to see that. I think that would be interesting, and to see their interactions, because that whole team who works for the beef is hilarious.
Yes.
Or a prequel season.
Oh yeah.
Without Carmi, just with Michael and Richie, you know, the fuck uppery that the beef was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the true chaos that it was when
I couldn't watch it because I would watch it every episode. I'm like, 37 more days until Mikey's kills himself.
Mikey's gonna die.
Yeah.
38 more minutes until Mikey's
I like
gone.
watching Andor, you know what I mean? You know, like that little guy's gonna get blown up on a moon, so pretty soon. You know what I mean?
Plot twist. Actually, he doesn't. I actually heard that they were going to make him into a Yoda. He is actually the first Yoda. His body shrivels up on the planet.
Stop.
And he is the first Yoden.
Fulci. Everybody knows that. That's Fulci.
Yeah, his body shrivels up. He becomes the first Yoden.
His best friend, lays on a diving board.
He procreates with a Wookiee, and that creates the Yoden race.
He meets his best friend and jacks off on a diving board. What, Joe?
Into a pool. Into the pool. Yeah, you haven't seen that movie?
No, it's out of control.
Y tu mamá también.
Okay, Y tu mamá también. Yeah. I just made a meme of my brother and my mom and this guy at his church, and I said the new poster for Y tu mamá también. That's so weird that came up again. Look at the world being what is that called? Serendipity.
I love that movie.
Serendipitous.
So.
Y tu mamá también.
Anytime I see any one of those two actors,
yeah.
Anyone I see any one of those two actors, I can't help but think of that movie.
Yeah, I do. I like to do some callbacks to Call Me by Your Name as well. Have never seen it. I just know that it's about a drink.
What it's about?
Yeah. And Call Me by Your Name. It's about an older man and a younger man having a summer together.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Brokeback Mountain, no mountain, but
hell of a summer.
Probably a lake.
Someone has a sore back, but you know,
Soreback Mountain.
Yeah, the old guy. He fucking pulls his.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that meme?
He breaks his hip. Like he just
fucking too hard. He breaks his hip.
There was like that meme.
Make me feel young again.
You know he has to be really secure about his bean eating to go raw on a mountain.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How'd you break your hip? Railing some young dude.
Yeah.
Worth it.
He laxed. It was great.
And then it cuts to like a How I Met Your Mother montage. And that's how I broke my hip in 1978.
What's going on out there?
All right, guys. It's very hot in my room. I gotta wrap this up. It's very hot. I'm sweating through my headphones. Joe has on his vacation shirt. Shout out to Joe and his vacation. Oh,
I love that for you.
I'm dying.
Oh, there you go.
It is hot. I didn't turn my fan on, so it's getting hot in my office.
The next show we'll do is probably Squid Game. If any of you guys partake in the games.
Yeah, I'll probably maybe watch it by then. I mean, I don't know. I like the way the first season ended. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. No, for sure. But season 2, It's season 3, but really it's just season 2, part 2.
Yeah.
It's a continuation. But I will say this. Amazing. Episode 2 made me want to fucking punch out everybody in the whole world. And I'm like a crybaby by nature. I cried maybe 2 times during the bear. But Squid Game, I cried like every episode just because I was like, life is so cruel. And between Squid Game and the bear, I have not been in the best mental space either. And also Love Island. Fuck Taylor, you motherfucker.
Love Island.
You motherfucker. Between those 3 shows, I really feel like I need to just binge watch like The Office or 30 Rock or something for a couple days because I'm so tired of people and their drama.
I miss 30 Rock.
And living on, having to even participate in. But also when you guys finish Squid Game, I can't wait to laugh with you guys because I have thought of so many jokes in the hours since I've finished it. And just, I think that you guys might appreciate them, the jokes. Maybe. I feel, well, out of anybody on the internet, I feel like I've cultured you guys enough to understand my sense of humor to where, yeah, maybe I'll get a little giggle out the gaggle.
A little tee-hee.
Yeah. A little he with the T.
But yeah, so like, did we ever get everybody to say like, if season 5 we're watching it, right? Like, I'm still gonna watch it.
Oh yeah,
I'll watch it. Yeah,
like I mean, like
I'll watch it, but I probably might not have the fervor as I have had, where I'm like, I need to binge watch this right now. I probably don't have that, but I'll watch it.
Well, I wouldn't have binge watched it if it weren't for you, you know.
No, and I appreciate that. So now I feel like I have to binge watch it again. Or we have to find a new summer show next year to be like, you guys, we have to in the honor of the bear.
I gotta give them props. They were very consistent every year on the same weekend.
Yeah,
it dropped every fucking year on the same weekend. Like it was on the weekend of my birthday every freaking season. I was like, I gotta hand it to the showrunners or whoever's in charge because they ran a tight ship when it came to that. So if you're putting a show together and you want a showrunner, find out who fucking ran the show for the bear because they got their shit together.
Christopher Storter or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I do appreciate that this season's chaos episode was a lot more calm than in the past.
Okay, which one would you consider the chaos episode?
The wedding episode. They made you think that something so horrible was going to happen that it never did.
And every season there's one that has the extended cast. Every extended cast episode to me is, I think my favorite one is still the Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the
Thanksgiving one.
The fishes one.
But this one was it had the whole cast, it has everybody there. It had the chaos, but it felt like it was a happy chaos. Yeah.
Like shit was going to move forward.
I was emotional at the end of that one.
Yeah.
Because it was like family.
I'll be your stepdad, so
they got a really good little.
I'll do the stepdad dance with you.
To play Richie's daughter. Like that. They did really good casting because they're a lot read on that, and she was actually like a really adorable.
She looks like somebody though. Like she looks like maybe she looks like a Fanning.
She does look like a Fanning. Yeah.
One of the sisters.
She looks like that little girl from A Little Princess for me, not Sarah, but the little girl who played the crybaby.
Yes.
I don't know if you can remember.
What up, Phil?
Phil?
Oh man,
Phil's chat GPT just learned Spanish, so bear with him.
Hopped on with this, man. Or like he's probably out popping wheelies and like screeching around in his car again.
He's probably out there eating hot dogs in his car.
Gotta pet that dog.
Pet that dog.
That one's for you, city boy.
So yeah, are you guys still on hiatus? When are your show?
The 19th, we're gonna talk to Montenegro. And then we're gonna have after that, like the first thing I want to do back is like our favorite of the year so far, half of the year show, you know what I mean? I think that'd be pretty good, and like, we won't have to do too much setup for that, so it won't be like crazy for Joe or anything. So that sound good? But that's not going to be until like it's time next month almost.
That'll give me time, because guess what, guys? I got a poll again. And it's taken me a time because I felt traumatized from past situations in the comic book community. But I finally in a place mentally where I'm like, I could go back.
You want to do comic? Yeah, we're glad to have you if you want to be on.
Well, that and I have recently been like going back through everything to see what I need to pick up, and that has already dropped. And I feel like in like the year where I haven't been as consistent, I was like, damn, there's like 4,000 things that I would have gotten because initially I stopped because I just didn't have the room. And the prices of things were like ridiculous, and but I feel like I've worked out a happy balance of everything. So, and basically that's just
and also
a big 2 subscription, and then just worry about indies.
Another thing we're doing, I think it's not like 100%, but I sent it to Joe. But Richard wants to do an end of campaign party instead of a campaign launch party for Bam and Glam. I don't know if we're gonna give shit away because like when we do that, he's probably gonna have like 500 fucking backers. So like the spinning wheel is gonna be just like so many like little.
You have to do the Sarah McLachlan Arms of an Angel. and show us all dying in his books.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I finally died in this issue, so yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Oh.
All right, Leah, do you want to sing us out, please?
Thanks,
Be who you are for your pride. That's it.